Love is in the air, and as I'm recording this, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. So I thought it'd be a cool idea if I were to give you guys some of my favorite anime couples. And this is not a shipping video. What I consider to be an anime couple is two people in the story who canonically have a thing for each other. They both have expressed it, it's been showcased, or the author has confirmed it. So unfortunately for ships like Asta and Noelle, where Noelle likes Asta but Asta doesn't know, or Boa Hancock likes Luffy and he doesn't know, well, he does know about it, but he's not pursuing her. Even though I love that they're not going to be in this video, like I said, it has to be canon to the story. But I'll go ahead and list some of them for you guys. So if you guys like videos like these, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new one. With that out of the way, my name is Potential Unleashed, and let's get into it. Starting out, we have a couple. They are Eren and Mikasa. They really do care about each other. When they first started, it was a little bit weird. She was very overbearing, overprotecting, and he was very nonchalant and really pushing them off. But the more that they went on with this series, the more they got an understanding for each other and how he taught her how to live and she taught him how to love. I believe they're soulmates. They have the red scarf of fate. If you guys don't know what that is, basically the red string of fate is when two soulmates are linked with each other. And I love how in chapter 1038, spoilers for the rest of the series, so if you guys don't want to be spoiled, I suggest you guys skip ahead to the video. But Eren, he ended up dying by the hands of Mikasa because in chapter 138, he basically was trying to push her away and was like, hey, forget about me so you don't ever be sad. But she's like, no. She wrapped around the scarf harder than she ever had before. And she's like, I don't want to forget about you. She ended up giving him a kiss goodbye and killing him, but I loved it too. It's so cruel that they weren't able to end up with each other even though they really were in love with each other. Next up, I have Soma and Irina from Food Wars, and I know you guys are going to be like, oh, they weren't official. Actually, the author in an interview, he wanted them to be a couple. However, he just didn't know how to get them married like he wanted them to. But they're constantly bickering, constantly arguing. They're like an old married couple where Irina, she didn't want to admit that Soma was actually good at cooking in the beginning. So she was always very spiteful and very bitter towards him. And they're always competing for each other. He always wanted her to, hey, say that I'm a good cook. And she was like, no, I ain't going to do that. So I love I believe it's like a Tsundere personality that she has. Those are some of my favorite characters or my favorite women in the series. So I love seeing how he saved her and how he brought her having the god tongue was able to show how she could finally experience cooking in a fun way. And I like the fact that she acknowledged that she liked him and that he wasn't as annoying, and that in the future he was like, hey, what's a woman, or who's a woman that I wanted to devote my cooking to? And then it highlighted on her. You guys probably didn't know this. I do watch a little bit of shoujo. We have Kyo and Toru. Basically in this series, Kyo, he's the cursed Zodiac, the cat who isn't supposed to go around the other ones, but Toru doesn't mind him that he's cursed and that he's an outcast and that he has a lot of flaws, and she still wants to be with him. And he's trying to teach her how to stand up for herself and how to be more brave and more outgoing as a person. They mix well together. They both care for each other and that they're soulmates. She wanted him to be free and he wanted to protect her and be by her. So I think that's a great dynamic. One of my favorite scenes has to be when they were doing a play, and I believe it was Cinderella, and he had to deny her, but he didn't want to because he liked her and he felt so bad about it. I just love the two together. I'm happy that they grew old together. This is one that I like, but I'm not finished. I'm not finished with Sword Art Online. I'm currently on, I believe, season 3 after Gun Game Online, so the next season after that. But I love Asuna and I love Kirito. They got married in Sword Art Online. I love how the beginning they didn't really know each other that well, but they still worked together, and then the more they started working with each other, the more they got to experience how Kirito, he was so laid back, and he taught Asuna, hey, don't stress out over everything all the time, you can't help it. And so she ended up sacrificing herself from him, and he found a way to get her back into the real world. And I love the dynamic they have for each other. They got married, they have a kid, well, an artificial kid, if you will. So I love that, and I can't wait to see the new movie. I don't know when it releases. I know it came out to the States in December, so probably about next month I'll be able to see it. This is where we get to see Sword Art Online from Asuna's perspective, and I can't wait to see that. Naruto and Hinata. This is an interesting couple because I thought it was forced at first, but then that made me change my mind when I think about the Chunin exams and how Naruto stood up for her. And then when I think about the pain invasion, how Hinata was the only one who rushed out there to save Naruto and tried her best, telling him that he loved her. Then in the last Naruto movie, the whole scene about Naruto figuring out Hinata liked him and that their relationship and development. I loved how she went away and he was like, no, I don't want her gone. Then he fought to get her back, and he finally accepted his feelings that he didn't know he had, and they got together and they had their kiss on the moon. It was so romantic, and I love the fact that they finally got together, finally got to acknowledge each other's feelings. Ichigo and Orihime. This is something I don't think we talk about a lot because the anime version, I don't think they do her justice. I think in the manga, it shows a little bit more of her being more caring, or her how she's more in love with Ichigo. I feel like it took a little bit longer in the anime version. It also shows Ichigo, he cares more in the manga version. That's why Bleach's manga is better. But especially that scene when she left, gave Ichigo, was going to give him a goodbye kiss, but she couldn't do it. She went to Hueco Mundo, and Ichigo, he charged after her to go to Hueco Mundo. He charged at Grimjaw, charged at Ukiura, was willing to do anything to get her back. And I love that scene. I think it's against Yuha Baha or Yahweh or Yawak. I don't know how you pronounce his name. But Ichigo, he was like, hey, Orihime, I want you by my side and help me defeat Yawak. So he decided to have her with him. And they have a kid. I think his name is Kazuai or something like that. They have a kid, and I believe Bleach is supposed to be coming back, not the Thousand Blow arc, but a new manga arc. So maybe we'll see more about their relationship there. Edward and Winry, their relationship is childhood friends who became lovers. I love the partnership they have, that the funniness of how she's his automobile mechanic, and the amount of times that he'll break his arm. He's like, Winry, yo, can you come out here? And she started beating him up. I like that. I also like how Edward was short. I mean, he still is, but the fact that showing his growth and physically and mentally, and how towards the beginning when they stood next to each other, he was shorter, but then in the end he started becoming taller than her. And I love the famous line of equivalent exchange. It talks about how he wanted to give up half of his life or to her, and it just the way that he implemented alchemy in the love, and she was like, just give me all. Like, that scene was very cute, and how they interacted there. Gohan and Videl are my favorite couple in Dragon Ball, specifically seeing him as the great Saiyan man trying to run away from Videl, and she's trying to catch him. He's like, what the hell is going on? Like, leave me alone, girl. And so this reminds me of like high school and college, like how these women, they act just like Videl, like they don't like you, but yet they still want to interact with you until they finally figure out that they actually like you. So seeing that scene with Gohan fighting Videl, Gohan training her how to fly, and how they started growing more and more together. When she was being beaten by Spopovich, Gohan got mad, wanting to save her. When Gohan was getting his energy sucked out of him, pause, right? She wanted to save him then. And then when she found out that Gohan defeated Cell, she was like, man, there's something special about this kid, and I'm not finished with you, and I can't wait to see you and when you come back. This is another one that I like, but I'm not finished. I'm only like 70 episodes in Fairy Tail, but I love Juvia and Gray. The fact that one is ice and one is water, that means they're compatible. Especially that scene when they first met, and Juvia was like, oh, like, you want me to stop? Like, he complimented her or something like that. She's like, okay, I'll stop. I'll leave. I'll stop attacking. So it's just that how Gray accidentally flirts with her, and he doesn't know it, but like, she likes him and she'll do anything for Gray. I love that, and I hope to see them get together in the end. And the last couple I have on this list is Toka and Kaneki. Currently, I finished reading Tokyo Ghoul. I'm currently reading Tokyo Ghoul Re. I know that the anime version, I believe it's changed. Like, I saw seasons 1 and 2, and seasons 1 and 2 were relatively close to the manga. They did change some stuff here and there, but I heard season 3 was like really bad. But I do know there was like a scene where him and Toka got together. They did the nasty, right? And I think they have a kid. I don't know if that happens in the manga, but I love the fact how when they first started, she didn't like him. She couldn't stand him. And then when Kaneki got strong, he went away trying to protect her. And then she ended up seeing him again. And she was like, well, this isn't the Kaneki that I fell in love with. You turn into some tragic hero. And so hopefully, like I said, I'm pretty sure they get together at the end of Free. I'm not too sure, but hopefully they do get together because I really love the two of them. And those are just some of the anime couples that I think are great, and those are my favorite couples in all of anime. Let me know the ones I missed, and let me know some of your favorites in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video from me. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok is on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.